I knew from a very young age that I wanted to be an engineer, mostly because my dad's an engineer and designs playgrounds. That's obviously the coolest job you could ever do. So I'm like, oh, then I want to do that. He was a mechanical engineer, so was my mom. I actually had a job growing up. I was a playground tester. I took it very seriously. I think I was like 6 or 7, and I went down a tube slide and there was a bump. I'm like, there was a bump like right here, and then Dad and another engineer were like climbing up the slide to try to find where the problem was. But it's also important too because being able to play on it and think like kids and seeing how kids play with things makes it safer. It's also really fun testing all the playgrounds before they're safe. One time he got this huge road rash because they were going down this really steep slide and they had poured Vaseline so that they could go faster. And he just hit the corner too hard afterwards. It was just like it looked like he was in a motorcycle accident. I am just so beyond words thankful for my dad and for my mom. They were just above and beyond supportive. And so I'm so thankful to have them. In our small town, there wasn't a robotics team really. I knew I liked math, but I didn't really know what you could do with math. And so yeah, if my dad wasn't an engineer, I wouldn't know what engineering is. And that's not true today, which is amazing. I think that's fantastic. At one point, there was a small Christian school down the street, and they asked me to come in and talk about what engineering is. And so I got to show them like an early prototype, a drawing, kind of how the whole process works, like how I get a sketch, and then I try to make it real life, and get to see how that turns out in production. And so that's been really cool. But I'm very excited that like my little girl is going to be able to learn engineering and coding before I even knew that it existed. I would also say as an encouragement to girls, like companies are looking for women engineers because diverse teams make better products. When you have more opinions, you're going to get something that is uniquely fitting for more people. So there are those opportunities. We just got to be willing to step up, work hard, and take them. I love what I do because I'm never bored. I always get to do something new. I always get to think through problems and say, okay, this is going to help affect someone's life and make it better. And with what I get to do, it's kids. I'm teaching them science, I'm teaching them engineering, and that's just a blast. Like, I would not want somewhere where I'm not challenged. I want to know, always be learning, always keep going. And I think that's what engineering is. Finding problems, making lives better, and always learning.